Hi all, we start our first week of the course, how to optimize operations with Google Sheets. We will study appsscript programming language and a lot of hints and tips. All the source code we will be putting in the GitHub, which accompanies this course. We will go with the first step, which is accessing the official Google developers documentation for appsscript. And you will need to start with fundamentals of appsscript. I will do everything. You can just follow me and copy. First, we can skip actually this introduction. I will tell you so you don't have to read. So we just go to step 3 of the first playlist and we copy a source Google Sheets file where we will be working. I click copy, which enables me to download this source code file. Next, in order to start some operations, first exercise is creating a macros using Google Sheets. To do this, we just go to extensions, we press record macros, and its recording already started. Then we can go here, for instance, and just a second. We could find any color we want, for instance, dark berry 3, and then we can make text color white and we'll make it bold. And so far that's enough. Just for demonstration purposes, we click save. We put it save as a macro 1, for instance. I'm done. Now, if I create a different sheet, I just can do some random stuff. Text 1, text 2, and I just copy it. This is for illustrative purpose. Some 2. And now, if I enable my macros here, I need to provide some permission for this. So I allow. Oops, what's happened? It disappeared. Let me return. Just please stay with me. I'm here. Yeah, I think you can see this. Now, if I put macros, enable macros, it will run. And here, that macros, it was enabled. Now it made this formatting of this exactly as in different sheet as here. Now, this all macro stuff is performed by programming language by an engine called appsscript. Appsscript could be built in to application or it can be standalone. If it's built in, it's called bounded, or it can be standalone application which you can publish, put any front end, machine learning, and many more. We cover this in other courses and other videos such as Simple ML for Sheets. And how to access this appsscript? We go to extensions and open appsscript. I'll just make sure that you see it. I think you see here it is, this code, and it's automatically created when we create our macros. And actually, you can modify it. Let's go ahead and modify. How to read this? I am not a professional software engineer. but I am coding in appsscript. It means anybody can do the same. Only thing I need to remember, there is so-called object-oriented programming. We have some objects. For example, spreadsheet is a noun. Object is what's noun. Noun is object. And it has some arguments or some attributes. And what is programming is writing some actions, verbs. Verbs are called functions in appsscript. Appsscript has similar syntaxes to JavaScript, but it has some extended functionalities which works with Google Workspace tools. So first line here, let me modify this screen sharing so you can see not the whole screen, but exactly what is needed to avoid your eyes to be tired here. So first line, this is comments. And actually, it's not only comments, it's also so-called annotation. Annotation is important because Google Sheets is reading this annotation, and it has some specific strict rules, and it adds accordingly. For example, if it sees this annotation only current doc, then it will apply this whole code only to this document. Otherwise, it will apply to everything, every files you have. So it's very important. Every time, please put only current doc annotation. On line 3, we have function, and its name macro. And here in the bracket, it has these arguments. You pass argument here. Next, these curly brackets is standard JavaScript syntaxes. Everything which is inside curly brackets, it's functions parameters. You can program actually inside these curly brackets. So what this function macro does, it creates some variable called an object spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet, what is a spreadsheet app? Spreadsheet app is pre-built method. A lot of methods in appsscript is do some action. This one, this spreadsheet app method, it activates the cell. The cell, what is the cell? Here. Here, this is a cell. If I'm here, it will be activated. That's it. Nothing difficult. It's like clicking the mouse. Get range, it's actually all active cells range. It will get this. And here, activated, which we all range, which we activate with our mouse click. Then methods set background, because we change background to make it almost like red, dark red. And then we change font color to FFF, it's white, and then we make it bold with my keyboard. That's all. That's all reflected in appsscript. Now let's go here and change color of the background. And here to guide you, where do I get this from? Actually, I get it from this playlist. Everything is here. So I go to this macros. What I told you, it's all covered here. And here, var sheet, I showed it just now. Why it looks so difficult? Because it stacks, it puts several methods to one. So you won't have to continuously call this method to avoid to be more efficient. So let's move on. So we want to customize just because, just in case. So let's change the affected cells. For instance, they propose how to do. We go to sheet max columns method and replace it with 10 here. I'll show. Why I don't have it? second here. We just skip it. So let's change the color. For example, here instead of FFF, let's put or instead of background color FE, let's put different one. Yeah. Instead of this, we put different one, and then we save it. And then if we go here and run our macros, the background color will be changed. Let's actually do it in another sheet. Yeah. So I put macros and I run. See? Background color changed. It's now not red, it's blue. What else we can do? Actually, a lot. We can change fonts here, for example. Change font color to this. Again, save. And we can see how it runs. And it's changed to almost blue. So far, easy. Now let's do something more difficult. Actually, program our function. So let's create a new script. So we go to File, we create new script, we call it custom functions, because we can create custom functions. And what we'll be doing, we have this. We have this some movies, how much it has earnings in dollars, and we will change it to Switzerland francs. In order to do this, we put a cell here, and now we will write a custom function to enable modification. Here they create automatically my function. We don't need it. We just delete it. And we call it like this. The function name USD, US dollars to Czech francs. And what it does, it takes this Swiss francs, multiply. It basically takes it by taking dollars, multiplying it to 0.99. And here we have annotation. This one gives a name of the custom function. And here, these parameters are very important. Because, and also it's important to describe what it does, the parameter. It converts dollars, number contains dollars, the total number of dollars, and Swiss francs contains converted total of Swiss francs. It's very important to put custom function because, let me show you here. Oh, sorry, I need to save it. So I've saved this custom function. Now I go here, right? Again, I go to extension appsscripts. Let me just run it. I run this custom function. And it will bring me here. Let me just a second, sorry. So here, why I thought that it's important to follow this annotation. We indicated annotation, that is custom function, because if we put here, as you see, if I put here a function just as regular function, you have like VLOOKUP, this is regular Google Sheets function. We just create our own function. We called it USD to CHF, and it's auto-completed by Google Sheets because we put annotation custom function. Now, next, just as ordinary Google Sheets or Excel function, we have our code automatically converting to francs, and we can do like this. It will put it everywhere. So let's go back to our app script. To summarize this section, this is code annotation. Parameters is very important. And this is core code, which actually we type in our function, what we want the system to do with object here. For instance, if we want, instead of this just numbers, we want some text to be present. What we can do? We can modify, instead of return Swiss francs, we can ask system to return the string CFE and concatenate with our value of Swiss franc. Before we do this, we need to change in annotation number. We need to change it to string, and we'll put save, and we can run it just in case. And let's take a look here. You see difference. Now it's string CHF added to our number. Next, this is static, right? This is not real. We just multiply to 0.99. So this AppScript lab proposes us to change this, modify severely our function. We modify it by putting here these parameters. I just change it. I change the listing of the code. What do we do here? Let me save it. We use, this is out of the scope of this video, but we use methods, rich library of methods from our AppScript and Google Workspace ecosystem. Here, cage, and also there is URL fetch app. These all methods to like parsing websites, static websites, methods to get some data. So let me save it. Actually, it should be saved now. Let's see how it works now. This one returned error. Error probably because I didn't update permissions. Yeah, because of permissions. Let me just provide permissions for this script. And I find an error. Error is because in tutorial this outdated, they contain outdated API description. Let me just modify it. Oops. I'm just here browsing documentation. Now it should work. And let's try it. Should work. Yeah, I forgot to erase this. And but could not save. That's interesting. This error. One more last time to debug this. If it doesn't work, then okay, let's just stop on here. I think the code is outdated. There's some problem with accessing APIs. In any way, if we did create a custom function, it's called USD to Czech francs, and what it does, it's actually should automatically convert rates, and it should query this AP exchange with rates and provide to us. But this time it didn't work. What's important? There are so-called naming conventions. We should not call it with underscore name. We should not call it with a name of functions which are built in, like random, VLOOKUP, otherwise it will break. We should not create functions that requires user authorization. And there's limitation 30 seconds given for execution of custom function. If more, then it will be stopped. So please make sure your functions are simple if you're programming custom functions. And the code I will store here, code we developed today, and as a lesson, actually, it will be called week 1 code. And good luck with your studies. Thank you for being with us, and take care. Bye-bye.